Welcome. I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel. Today, we'll look at the astrology of week 1 of February 2025. First off, I would like to say thank you to all of my patrons. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/Nina Gryphon and sign up. At the highest tier of membership, you can get access to my monthly Magical Elections ebook, which teaches you how and when to make astrological talismans. Week 1 of February covers February 1st through the 8th. February 1st, Venus conjoins Neptune and the North Node at 28 Pisces. When the planet of beauty, sex, and pleasure conjoins Neptune and the North Node in Pisces, no less, this is the stuff that dreams are made of. Neptune contributes unreality and an absence of boundaries, since he is the lord of the endless, chaotic ocean, and the North Node locks us into the illusion of creation that is Maya. We are entranced now by a beautiful, intoxicating vision and may forget the essential emptiness of all things and take them to be real. This is not necessarily a bad thing, because this energy can be used for a high level of creativity and spiritual inspiration, spinning threads of exceeding beauty and delicacy that we can't easily access from this sublunar realm of crude matter. From the perspective of spiritual practice, this is an opportunity to enter and practice unconditional love and boundless compassion. I'm reminded of this painting by Noujiro Harada depicting Guanyin, the bodhisattva of compassion, riding a dragon. The dragon, of course, is a symbol of the nodes, and Guanyin is a symbol of compassion that has no boundaries, no bounds. So perhaps this is an image that we can meditate on at this time. February 3rd, Mercury trines Jupiter at 11 Aquarius in Gemini. The Hermetic magician Mercury aligns with Jupiter, the guru, blending magic and wisdom. Another way to see this pairing is the harmonious combination of reason, Mercury, with truth, symbolized by Jupiter. These two planets are among my favorites when harmoniously configured, since they can allow us to study and comprehend deep truths at a high level. Mercury by himself provides skill, but he requires meaning to guide his efforts, and Jupiter provides a profound purpose to everything that we do. You might recall from earlier videos that Jupiter in Gemini, being in detriment, can represent wisdom, but in its socially unacceptable forms. For example, the naked wandering ascetics we used to see in places like India were definitely not socially acceptable in traditional and modest society, even in their time. But they were people who had lost any kind of body consciousness and self-consciousness, and therefore had attained at least a measure of spiritual elevation and wisdom. So perhaps that is something we can keep in mind, even if we don't practice it literally. That is the image of Jupiter in its sign of detriment. When combined with Mercury, we have a way to combine skill with deep wisdom. February 3rd, Venus enters Aries. Venus's entrance into Aries is important because she'll spend a considerable amount of time in Aries in 2025. She will be in Aries all of February, most of March, then all of April, and the first week of June. As Venus regresses through Aries, Venus will conjoin the Sun, and we will discuss this aspect much more fully later. For now, it's enough to say that Venus in Aries is a fiery combination, as she is in the sign of Mars. This is a bold and brassy Venus with plenty of attention-seeking and sex appeal. Personally, we may feel good when asserting our wants now. Venus in Aries aggressively demands our love and affection and attention. This is an impulsive Venus as well, and she will marry in haste, only to later repent at leisure, as the saying goes. We will track her progress through Aries as she makes aspects to other planets, and when she turns retrograde in March. We have 2 key astrological events this week. The first occurs February 4th, when Jupiter goes direct at 11 Gemini. This is an improvement in Jupiter's condition since he is just emerging from his 4-month retrograde phase. Jupiter stations direct for a few days prior to the actual change of direction. So, since the start of February, we will likely experience a freeing up and liberating of energy. Jupiter in Mercury's sign represents the opportunity to gain unusual or non-standard knowledge. One of the meanings of Jupiter, the planet of knowledge and teaching, in his detriment in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury and is therefore a hermetic sign, one of invention, transformation, and even magic. Our efforts in these Gemini areas of obtaining knowledge and seeking self-transformation by following the path of understanding could be easier now, and our efforts are more likely to bear fruit. The second important astrological event happens February 6th, when Neptune conjoins the North Node at 28 Pisces. We already covered the spiritual and personal influence of this combination in the Venus North Node Neptune item for February 1st. Here I would only add that Neptune with the North Node by itself, in the mundane context, can represent a dissolution of whatever was previously fixed and stable seeming. This is a rare aspect, recurring every 15 to 17 years. Remember the astrological maxim that the rarer the aspect, the more powerful and far-reaching its effects may be. Neptune and the North Node typically conjoin once in each sign that Neptune transits, although in the last century, it skipped Libra entirely. The last time this aspect occurred was in May 2008, during the Great Financial Crisis at 24 Aquarius, a time of great dissolution of existing financial systems. The time before that was in October 1991 at 14 Capricorn, and the Soviet Union dissolved 2 months later. Sometimes this aspect also encourages exceptional solar electromagnetic storms, tsunamis, and hurricanes, so its dissolving influence can be quite literally physical as well as societal. Thanks for watching. I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel.